Hi. So I hope in the last video you got some insights on Buddha's life and it resonated with you, right? So there is a specific reason why we are together, we are discussing, and you are learning, and I'm sharing all these things. Somewhere we are connected, we resonate with Buddha's story. So I hope that happened with you. So now in this video, I will be taking up, like briefly, the discourse on turning the wheel of Dharma, right? The discourse on turning the wheel of Dharma. This is the first talk that Buddha gave in Sarnath. After getting enlightened. This is the first talk that happened. That's why Sarnath has such a a lot of value, right? It's one of the four places where if you follow the teachings of the Buddha, you should visit, right? So I have given the link to the entire the sutra in the link, the Plum Village link to the entire sutra in the description. If you want to read the whole sutra in detail, you can definitely please go to the link to understand much better. I am just summarizing here, but I have just written down certain wordings from that sutra, which I will say. When the dharma wheel has thus been turned by the world honored one means the Buddha. When the Dharma wheel has been turned by the world honored one, the earth gods proclaimed, near Varanasi at Isipatana in the deer park, the highest wheel of the Dharma has been set in motion. It cannot be turned back by recluses, Brahmans, gods, Maras, Brahmas, or anyone in the world. Beef, right? So this is basically the Dharma wheel that Buddha started, and it is just it is set in motion from that time on, right? So what Buddha's sharing was in that particular discourse was that prefer the middle way, right? There are two extremes. One is that we go through the route of austerity, giving pain to the body, giving, we think that this body is the source of pain. This is what Buddha did, and Buddha learned from his mistakes, and he wanted to share with the monks, right? The five monks that he was giving the first talk to, is that if you think that giving pain to the body, doing too many austerities is the way of achieving enlightenment, that is also wrong. That is wrong, right? We have to keep our health in proper shape if we want to achieve the understanding, achieve compassion, achieve love. At second extreme is to totally get involved in sensual pleasures, right? So we are in this world. There are objects of sense objects which will, you know if we are not mindful, then we will be getting totally lost in those sense objects, right? So we have to take care that we don't go too much on this side and too much not on this side, right? So if we are spiritual beings, we have to, and we are living in this reality, right? So we are not living in a forest, we are not a monk, or a nun. We have to do our household responsibilities also. So what we have to do is, don't get too much on one extreme. And what happens is, in my spiritual journey, like, I've been into my spiritual journey for 17 years, there are times when you go in one extreme, you go too much towards either spiritual kind of things, and you ignore your family responsibilities, and sometimes you go too much into your materialistic side. So it's like riding a bicycle. So we have to just, if we are going towards that side, what we do, we intuitively just come back to the normal thing. And so what we have to do is just practice the middle way. The Buddha's teaching was, practice the middle way. Don't burn yourself too much in your spiritual quest, and don't be too involved and too lost in sensual pleasures, right? And then he gave the understanding that what is the middle way. What is the middle way to achieve the enlightenment? Is by practicing the noble eightfold path. So he told about the four noble truths and the noble eightfold path. So this was the discourse, the brief overview of the discourse. And now I will individually take up all the four noble truths and the eightfold noble eightfold path. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you.